Some breaking news for you this hour. More than 100 people have died in a military plane crash in Algeria. The plane was heading towards the border with Morocco when it came down. There are fears the toll could rise further. Details are just coming in from the crash scene. The aircraft went down shortly after takeoff, around 30 kilometres southwest of the capital, Algiers. It had just left the military airport at Boufarak. More than 100 military personnel were on board. These are the latest pictures we have from Algerian television. They show the black smoke billowing near the motorway, a crowd of security officials and others next to the crash site. You can just see there the tail fin of the plane above olive trees and smoke billowing up, flames rising from the wreckage. Well, let's talk now to our North Africa correspondent, Rana Jawad. Rana, we're just getting the first details, but what are you hearing?
Yes, well, the Ministry of Defense in Algeria has only put out a statement to confirm that there was a crash, but they didn't give a death toll. The death tolls that we're seeing so far reported on local media were given by the civil services. We do know from the pictures that we've seen, as you mentioned there, smoke billowing in the sky, and also a lot of security personnel have gathered there to assess the wreckage. We know that it was heading to the Bashar military base, and historically Bashar was one of the top 3 military bases in Algeria. Back in the 80s, the country was actually divided into 7 main military bases, so that's where it was heading. We don't know what the mission was exactly. We know that the plane that we believe some 200 military personnel were on is a Soviet era plane. It's called the Illusion IL-76 model, which I believe was built back in the 1970s. So it seems to have been an old plane.
Rana, the fears obviously are for those who are on board the plane, and I suppose also those on the ground, given that it came down near a motorway.
Yes, there is. But as I said, they're still assessing the damage. All we know for now, that based on what local media are reporting, is that 100 people have died. It's believed that those who have been killed are military personnel who were on board the flight. But these are details that will have to be confirmed later. The plane did crash near the military base that it was heading to rather than in it. But I suppose, in instances like this, most military bases in this part of the world are usually in isolated areas where you don't necessarily have a lot of residents, around these bases.
Rana Jawad, do keep us up to date. Thank you for that information. Rana, our North Africa correspondent.